So you just got your certification in coaching. Now what do you do? If you are recently certified in any modality of coaching, but you're trying to figure out how to now get your coaching practice off the ground, please stay tuned to this video, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and of course, keep on watching. Welcome everyone. My name is Kashira. I am an internationally board certified success coach. My specialty is business coaching, and I work with coaches of all walks of life, industries, and niches on creating the aligned coaching practice they've been dreaming of. I actually received my coaching certifications last spring, summer-ish. The video is here on my channel of how I became certified. But prior to that, I had already been coaching. Coaching, if you did not know, is an unregulated industry, which means you do not have to be certified or licensed to be a coach. But depending upon your niche or specialty, it is something that I would recommend. If you're interested in a video on whether or not I believe you should get certified, comment below. But today we're talking to those who are certified. And this is a topic that I feel really drawn to because as someone who's gone through a certification program, I can definitely understand the frustration that some students have around feeling like they're not prepared. And I've talked to other super certified in other schools and other places, and they feel the same way. It's like you go through your program and you learn how to be an excellent coach. You have all of the tools and you're equipped to help a client, but you don't know how to get a client. And some programs that try to teach you this tend to high level it, right? And you just have no idea where to start baseline. So my goal today is to teach you or give you some of the roadblocks you need to build your coaching business. One of the first steps you need to build your coaching business is you need to figure out who your target customer is. And I'm sure you've heard this before. And interestingly enough, within my coaching program, the Founder Circle, a lot of my clients say that I've taught them market research in a way that they've never seen before. And if you're interested in that program, it is linked below. But within what I'm talking about here is you as a coach have to figure out who you're best called to serve. When we think about some of our niches like business coaching and life coaching and money coaching, it can be a very broad spectrum of people. You do not want to go broad and general with your messaging. It is not going to work. I know the thought process is if I market to a lot of people, I will attract more clients. That is not how it works. In coaching, people have to feel like you are speaking directly to them and that you know their situation personally. So even though you specialize in a ton of different things when it comes to life or money, you have to figure out who am I best called to serve. As a business coach, I can personally help a ton of different people. I can help business owners of all backgrounds, all experience levels outside of just coaches. However, when I market myself like that, I'm not going to reach anyone. I'm going to sound crazy and all over the place. But when I go really niche and say, not only do I only help coaches, but this is exactly what I help coaches with, messaging, marketing, and sales, people are very, very clear on what I do and how I can help them. So you want to figure out who you're best called to serve. So think about what exact problem does this person have that I can help them with? How can I help them? Why do they need this now? What kind of transformation would they see in their life? How is the problem they're facing manifesting in their life? What does their life actually look like from a demographic standpoint? What's their lifestyle? And I know that people teach you market profile, like what's their age, their gender, their income level, and like that stuff, it matters, but it really only comes up when you're doing targeted ads. What I tend to recommend is focusing more on lifestyle, because when we think about if you're a coach who works with busy moms and things like that, if your program is really tedious where the people are meeting with you every day and this and that, that's going to be a turnoff to that customer because their lifestyle does not match the program. And also thinking about things like, are they married? Do they have children? What's their work life like? Those are things you can actually incorporate into how you not only package your offer, but how you choose to market your offer. So that's the first step in the process. The second step in the process is coming up with your messaging. Your messaging is now how you are communicating with this ideal customer, who you are and what you do and what you bring to the table. And so you have to create messaging for your coaching practice as well as messaging for your programs and services. And within the Founder Circle, we do teach our magnetic messaging formula, which I have to brag. When our clients have used this formula, immediately just from changing their bios on social media, have had prospects DMing them and saying, I need your help. I can tell from your bio that you can support me. And that's what powerful messaging does. Powerful messaging, it's something that should entice your ideal customer to want to come in, to want to learn more, to want to watch you or email you, DM you, to book with you, to engage with you, right? The messaging is what's going to hook them in to even learn more about your offer. So you have to have solid and consistent messaging, and try to avoid broad terms, general terms, or things that are so industry specific the customer won't even know what you're talking about. So thinking about if you are a life coach, you want to talk to your customer in layman terms about the problems they're facing in their life. You don't want to go at your customer talking about, different NLP techniques and let's talk about clinical hypnosis and this, that. The person doesn't understand what you're talking about. That is coach speak, but that's not client speak. And while you will educate them through your content and your programs on what these terms are, using that in your messaging is going to alienate your audience immediately. And in turn, using things that are too general, like every business coach says, I can help you scale your business. But what does that really mean? What does that really look like? And who can you truly help? A lot of money coaches say, I can help you budget. Okay, but what does that mean? What does that look like? Budget for what? Why am I struggling with budgeting? Those are the things that your messaging should answer immediately. And messaging, a lot of people who have sales issues think that they have a sales issue when they really have a messaging issue. Now that we have our customer profile and our messaging, it's time to build our program. It's time to build our offer. So this is where you are going to pull from your certification program and think about, when it comes to the problem that you're going to solve for your client, what are the methodologies you want to use to do that, and what's the appropriate timing, right? Like, depending upon what you coach on, you may want to use 4 methods, and you may need 4 different calls to do every single method. So that automatically tells you that your program will be at least 4 calls, and then you can play around with the spacing, timing, and pricing from there. When it comes to packaging your offer, a couple of things to consider. Number 1, your offer should solve 1 core problem, not 7. 1 core problem. Now, will your client get a ton of other benefits from getting this problem solved? Absolutely. For example, in our program, our problem statement talks about how we help you to create a high ticket offer and attract aligned clients. That's the core problem that we solve. However, as a byproduct of that, you get magnetic messaging. You get a client profile that's accurate and true. You get a sales technique. You get marketing techniques. You get branding techniques. You get our YouTube strategy, X, Y, and Z, right? I'm just kind of going down a list, but those are not the problems we solve. Those are byproducts of us solving that problem. So you need to get clear on that. You need to build out your frameworks that are going to be within your program that you're going to follow for each client. So this ensures that your clients have a consistent experience, and it positions you to scale. If you have defined frameworks versus having Q&A style programs, you're putting yourself in position to continue to vet and validate them and tweak them so that you can ultimately have a group program, a mastermind program, or a course at some point in the future. Of course, timing, making sure that you're giving your clients enough time to be successful, and pricing. Coaching is a luxury. It's a luxury service. And because of the fact that coaching is life-changing in whatever niche, we are actually having our clients basically shed old habits and become new versions of themselves. And that takes a lot of discipline. So we have to actually charge for the value of the transformation we're offering, but also charge for our client to be uncomfortable enough to show up. So what do I mean? If your program is all about helping me, with money management and eliminating my bad habits, but it's only $50, $50 is for someone who's already just out here spending money, is not enough money for them to care. They'll pay that $50 and never come to a coaching call, never log into their portal, never engage with you, because it wasn't enough money for them to really be committed. You have to charge enough for them to be uncomfortable with the investment so that they actually say, you know what, I invested a lot of money. That was a stretch for me. I'm going to make sure that I get the most of my investment. I'm going to make sure that I'm coming to my calls on time, that I'm doing my homework, that I'm being coachable. And then also the transformation. How are you a business coach saying you're going to help me make $1 million, but you're only charging me $97? That does not add up. Where is the math in that, right? Coaches, just because you are passionate about what you do and it's your purpose does not mean you should operate like a nonprofit. It does not mean that things have to be cheap and free in order for you to be successful. And that mentality is going to have you broke and unappreciated. So you have to price for the value of your offer. Within our program, the Founder Circle, we provide a pricing tactics spreadsheet where you can plug and play and get the pricing back. And of course, as your coach, I do also help you with just making sure that it is the right price to get the right clients for you. The next thing to think about when getting your coaching practice off of the ground is your assets. So this is things like your website, your email list, and your social media channels. Now, as a coach, I don't advise going out and spending a bunch of money on a logo. That's something that you can totally get later on down the line. As a coach, we don't really need that to get started. The people who need logos to get started are primarily product-based brands because they're putting their logos on labels and things like that. But as a coach, we're marketing with our faces, our voices, with our content, so you don't have to do that. But what I would invest in, however, is a photo shoot. I would go and have a photo shoot, a lifestyle shoot. I do have tips here on my YouTube channel on how to prepare for brand photo shoots so that you can have great high quality photos for your website, for your social media. As a coach, you are someone who should be respected and who should be perceived with prestige. And it's hard for people to view you like that if your website photos are janky and low vibration, low quality. There's seat belts in backgrounds and kids toys in the backgrounds, unless you're a kids coach, you know what I mean? Like, or a family coach. Like, you want to have high-end pictures. Now, this does not mean it has to be old school, you in a suit with a white background. It can be really fun. Like, have fun with your outfits, your makeup. Make sure that everything matches your brand and it's going to speak to your target customer. So I would invest in a photo shoot. I wouldn't spend a ton of money on a website right away because your website is going to change. I guarantee you, you're going to want to rebrand. A year into your business, you're probably going to change your brand colors, change your company name. Like, you're going to do all of the things. So what I would buy is some kind of website template. If you're using a template-based tool like Squarespace, they kind of have those built in. But I actually really like one particular company. I just know the owner's name. Her name is Tiara, and she's done a lot of work for me. But Tiara is a coach turned web designer, and she actually sells really great templates for websites. And the platform she uses is called Show It, which is a relatively new platform, but people have built beautiful websites on there. I'm gonna link Tiara's website below if you want to check her out and buy one of her templates. I would just invest in that and customize it until you are very, very clear on your brand and you're ready and willing to invest in a custom built site, which she also provides as well. And if you're at that point, just reach out through her website and tell her I sent you, and she'll take care of you. You're going to be amazing. So get the website set up. The website it doesn't have to be super robust, but it should tell people who you are and what you do. It should have your messaging on there, your background on there, your certifications on there. It should have a dedicated page that has information on your coaching offer, as well as links to book calls with you and contacts links. And if you get any press or features, you want to add that on there. And of course, your social media handles and things like that. You want to have a defined website. You also want to get an email list so that you start building up your database. The email tool that I use is called ConvertKit, which we will link down below. And then of course, you need your social media handles. So you need to be on social media. Now, what platforms you're on really depends on who your customer is, and there's just so many. But my recommendation is, even if you only plan on, let's say, using Instagram to find customers, I would still go ahead and set up a Facebook business page, a Pinterest, a Twitter, just so that you lock down your names and your branding in case you do decide later on to use those platforms. So you want to get your assets set up so that you can begin to market your services consistently. And the last thing you need to do is start to sell. So you have to begin to create your marketing plans and launch plans to sell your offers. Yes, we have a website, and yes, we have social media, but those things by themselves are not going to drive clients. You have to actually create marketing focused and sales focused content to build up your audience and attract clients to you. I have videos here on my YouTube channel about marketing and sales all together, but within the Founder Circle, I actually teach what I call the interactive sales method and the live launch method, which basically brings together live streaming, email marketing, and sales calls all in one to convert clients into your program. So with that being said, the tip I'm going to give you today is use video to market and sell your offers. Right now, short form video is all the rage. So things like Instagram Reels and TikToks. No, you do not have to dance to get clients with that, but play around with that. And also consider using live stream to get out there and talk about your messaging. Talk about how you can help your clients. Talk about the problems you solve to bring those people in. If you are interested in getting my help with growing your coaching practice, I encourage you to apply for our program at thefoundercircle.com. And if you have any questions about anything in this video or about our program, you can comment them down below. Remember to like this video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.